What would I like? The main thing I want to get out of Bologna 2026 is something we've been working on for about 5 years now. Is I had a meeting with someone yesterday and they were like, wow, we're doing so much with Bright. Bright, so. And I genuinely think this person thought like, I was doing the deals. And I was like, Bright is an agent house, it's a home for agents to live, work, enjoy, be part of a family, be supportive, and but do their thing, and they have their career here. So we have 18 agents. Roughly, they have about 30 artists each. If you spoke to every agent, you would say they all represent a cross section of fiction, graphic novels, picture books. I would say they all have a specific core part of their list. So, for example, Amy Fitzgerald, she does gorgeous picture books, but the majority of her list is trade, high end, non fiction. It has a real non fiction list. So, if you are a non fiction art director, Amy would probably be the person you would know more at Bright than anyone else. Nikki has more of a commercial leaning trade picture book list, but she also does big fiction. She represents people like Ben Mantle, Yasmin Ismail. She does a lot of the Busy Bear with Benji. She does Nico. She does Chris Chaston. So those big series, quite complicated scheduling, rights, co-editions. She's a real expert in big. She will also would then say, but Vicky, I do debut. And she does do debut. And every agent is, of course, they're going to want to find wonderful new debuts to grow their list. But that would be where I would say Nikki's sort of USP is. Susan is more your co-edition, arty, but still really successful. People like Richard Jones is on Susan's list, Hannah Peck. So it's still, and Hannah does sort of non-fiction as well as sort of picture books. She also does fiction. She's also a writer. So you can't ever pigeonhole agents to be like, she does graphic novels, because every artist works across all, but the list, each agent does have almost a signature to the list. And over the last 5 years, all of Bright, so a lot of the Bright agents have been here for 10 years or more. And in that time, we've all sort of gone off, got married, had children. So artists have moved lists. So we've never really been able to do what we're doing at the fair, which is, this is Susan's list, this is Nikki's list, because so Amy came back from maternity leave in February, and that's the last one, unless, never say never. But so far, I think we're all, we've all gone through having our kids. And so we can now be much more, so in this gorgeous booklet, we have now sections that is of each agent, what they're about, and the artists they represent. And so Georgia she's our newest agent. She was my associate for 2 years. We did an awful lot together. And now, about a year ago, she is fully fledged agent in her own right. And she has a USP of author illustrators and author only, and her understanding of text and art. She's got the experience from my eye and my art and her sort of experience on text. She has a really exciting list. And then you have James and Alex and Anne, who all run very US based lists, and they work obviously out of our US office, but they do, all agents work globally, so they work everywhere. So that is our managing agents. And then we have Robin, who is our head of children's illustration, and she has a team of 4 that cover everything. And that, that's what I'd really like for people at the fair to really start understanding, that we are a house of agents, all like running mini agencies with their own style and their own way of working. And they're very individual. Like Susan's come from more of a legal background, Georgia's come from a literary background, Nikki's come from an editorial background. They're individual people with individual taste, with individual relationships. And yeah, that's what I'd really like the the world to know about Bright, rather than like, wow, Bright's really big, it's enormous. How do they look after all of those artists? Because I think that's the sort of that's what I hear, and it's just not how we operate at all. And obviously, I haven't even mentioned Paul Black. He's our new brand licensing uh, agent, and he's having a great time. If you follow him on social, I'm sure he'll tell you what he does. But he's having a really good time. We're all having a good time. It's a really great fair. And so yeah, that's a bit more about what Bright does, and I hope that's really helpful in a Paul style.